out, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do so that we can help each other to place in business. All right, so let me start with the talk about the health insurance. I'm sure you guys, some of you are pretty comfortable with the words on the health insurance side, but just in case some of you are not, let me go over some of the words. So HMO, EPO, POS, PPO, those are the network, insurance network. So PPO is the one that does not require to choose your primary care physicians, but others usually is required or recommended. And for the out of network, that means when you go, let's say you have a Humana coverage, and whoever accepts the Humana is in network, but whoever does not is out of network. So POS, PPO, you could go to pretty much any doctors, but whoever accepts the Humana, you pay less, and whoever does not, then you have to pay a lot more. And for the HMO, EPO, it's not covered, so it's always checked before you go to the doctors. And for the referral to the specialist, since it requires to have the PCP set it up before, so in order to meet your specialist, they require you have to get the referral before to meeting the specialist, and POS and PPO does not. And because of the limitation on the HMO, EPO side, it's a little cheaper, but POS, PPO does a little cost more, but has more benefits on it. And for today, I brought the plan that has POS network. So briefly go over again. It's recommended to have the PCP set it up, and then pretty much you can go to any doctors with any, there's no limitations, and you don't need any referral with the specialist. Let's talk about the copay, deductible, coinsurance, and OpMax. So first, when you go to the doctors, you have to pay your copays. For example, if you don't have any insurance, without any insurance, usually the doctor office charge about $100 for their visiting fees. But with that insurance, you have to pay your copays like $40, and rest of them paid by the insurance. And after that, whatever charge after your copay is considered as deductible. So that's the 100% your out of pockets, and there's certain limit that you have to meet your deductible in order to move to the next phase. So which is coinsurance, is the cost sharing phase that you have to pay out of your pocket, but portion of it is paid by the insurance company. So let's say the 80% is the coinsurance. That means 80% of charge will be paid by the insurance company, and 20% will be paid by your out of pockets. And once you hit your out of pocket max, then the insurance company pays 100%. Start paying the 100% with the unlimited for a year, and then after a year, it starts to go back to your deductibles again. Do you guys have any question on the previous page and this one?
Copay also count as which is out of pocket money, or copay does not count?
So as you can see, copay stops at the out of pocket max, so you consider it as your out of pockets. Simple, right? This one, I don't want to go deeply on this. Just the reason why I put it up there is to explain the other stuff on the next page. But all you guys need to know is that a lot of company back in the days do the fully insured. So whatever you have to put it in, it's just gone, whether you're using it or not. But a lot of company, they move to the level funded these days, also called the self-funded. So portion of your premiums going to the cost for insurance companies, and also it goes to the stop loss insurance premiums. So insurance company actually buys the stop loss insurance just in case anything occurs, like huge amount of the claims. And the rest of the portion is going to the claim fund. So whatever's in that claim funds pays first. So let's say you go to the doctors and you have procedures, and that costs about $2,000. And then claim funds pay it first. and then whenever his claim fund got empty, then that stop loss kicked in to the huge amount of the claims. And then in that case, whatever, let's say you guys have good years, no claims at all, and there's a lot of money left on the claim fund, and then after the years, there's a chance that you got the refund. In that case, most of it goes to a group, so that in next years, you guys just pay less in your out of pockets. So that's how you usually do it, and that's what I prepare for. And the reason why I show is that it has a lot of numbers on it. But this is the actual plan that I prepare for you guys, and with that estimated premiums before the underwriting. So after underwriting, this might be the change. Could it be go up? Could it be go less? And like I said, I prepare for the Humana, and I don't want to get confused with that specific deductible and aggregate attachment, and that's for the level funded, it's for the group. So you guys don't have to worry about it. So let me just cross it out. And network is POS. It's called the National POS Open Access. So you can pretty much go to any doctors. Let's start with the copay. Your office copay is $40 when you go to the PCP, your primary doctors, your family doctors, and $100 for your specialist. After that, your deductible is $2,000, and $8,000 is for the out of network. So please don't go to the out of network, in order to, avoid a huge amount of your, out of pockets. So $2,000 is your deductible. Once you hit your deductible, then co-insurance starts paying 80%. So let's say $100 your charge, then insurance company pay for the 80%, and you only pay for the 20% of the charge.
Okay, the deductible, the single is per person, right?
Right. So if you decide to do your family, then $2,000 for the 2 people, and also if you have kids and more, then usually stops at the $4,000 and done. So if you're thinking about either employee spouse or the family, just thinking about ×2 on that single money. Alright, once you hit the out-of-pocket max, which is $7,150, then insurance company starts paying for the 100% of the charge. And after years, then it will all reset. And for that, the premium wise, each employee needs to pay about $339 per month, and from that $339 to $221 goes the cost for the admin and stop loss premium charge, and the rest of the $118 is set it upside for the claim fund, and that will start giving you a claim first, and if it's got empty, then stop loss kick it in. Well, that's pretty much all I have.
Yeah, ask any question here.
Yeah, Q&A.
So I asked the question earlier about the pharmacy. Can you just go over that one more time?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different numbers in the pharmacy and prescription drug, and usually that for the generic and all these tiers and brand names, and it's hard to explain in general, because prescription drug has the formulary. So each insurance company that has formulary and has tiers of these drugs. So it really depends, and that's just a simple way we can just put it in as a general to compare with the other insurance company. But yeah, that's $10, $40, $75, and then 25%.
So my question was, the generic is like $10 copay, but per prescription, right? That you're saying, right?
It really depends on the prescription and the quantity of your dosage of your medications. And it's usually preferred to go to your preferred network, like Aetna is now with the CVS. So when you go to the CVS with Aetna, they sometimes you give a free medication or it's cheaper. The same thing goes with the Humana too.
So can we understand the minimum is 10 and also 25% of the
No, it depends on the tier. So the generic starts at 10, or whatever the tier 4 could be the 25% of your out of pockets.
The drug there is a formula.
Yeah, the formula is like a lot of pages, and it's really depends on what you're taking, and depends on it could be taking as a generic or the brand names. So.
So pharmacy, like if the $10 copay will still go to that, the deductible.
No, prescription drug is different.
Okay, different way, okay.
How they taught us is like $10 would be for your headache, and then 25% would be for like cancer treatment. So think of it as that level for the formula of how it comes together. Of course, headache is not a big formula, so it's $10 copay, where you can still get Tylenol $15. But cancer treatments has $1,000 expense for a prescription. So of course, that's going to shoot to at least 25% before they even start paying.
Yeah, that's a cool way to put it in.
If 1 year, like your medical expenses within all the deductibles, you don't touch any support. I mean, and you don't get any support from the insurance company. You get that refund, like a claim fund amount. You're gonna have refund from the insurance company.
Whatever you left on the claim funds.
Is it 100% or the portion of the claim? No.
Portion.
Usually it depends on the company and depends on the plans. Either 50 or 100%.
But the deductible you gotta pay first, which means that a family, if it's 4 members, you gotta pay on your own up to $8,000.
No, it's 4,000.
4,000. Max $4,000. $4,000.
So after you getting the claim fund refunded, and your premium will get less.
It depends.
Yeah.
You can just take it as a money,
Mhm.
or you can just put it in credit as put it back to the group, so that in next year you don't have to pay less than what is usually charged.
I see, so it's not gonna be really 100% and then lower the rates.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you got options. You can choose to take it as cash. We got some groups that they just decide to put it back to their their company
Very
accounts.
similar to workers' comp, right?
Right. Kind of.
So here, I just want to everybody understand. Here, co-insurance 80%. So you have to pay the 20% out of your pocket. But the after-pocket money goes to 7,150. Done. All this claim will be covered by the insurance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's the maximum you guys pay for the whatever is charge that occurs for your
Including
house.
deductible
And copay.
Yes.
copay.
Yeah, first $2,000 for deductible first, and then 20% out of pocket. Yeah, from us.
Yeah, whatever is the copay, deductible, co-insurance, that will hit your out of pocket. Then
Maximum.
insurance company starts to pay for the 100% of charge.
So any questions?
And usually the government has the maximum out of pocket for the years, and this year is the 8150. Last year was $7,900, but now for the next year is 8150. So yeah, 7150 is a little less than the government requires under the law. Yeah, besides that, back that has the 2 types of the money going to your premiums. Every benefit is the same thing as the fully insured. So nothing different on the fully insured self-funded side. It's just how they handle the issues, and that's how a lot of State Farm also has the mobile app. Nowadays, when you're driving and like habits, there now is a popular way, and that's the trend, and that's how it is on the health side too.
What's the difference between PPO and NPOS?
Well,
I'm sorry, POS. Yeah, NPOS, POS.
pretty much besides you don't have to choose your primary care physicians, it's pretty much the same.
Same?
And usually PPO has
Yeah,
a
you have
little
to
less
buy.
than the out-of-network cost, but besides that, pretty much the same. Because with that, POS and PPO is always recommend to go to the in-network, and that's why you choose the big name brand like Humana, Aetna. So it's always recommend to go.
Well,
to
you
the
get referrals, and you can go to the referral doctor from PPO, right?
Yeah, but if they not accept the Humana, then still they charge for the out-of-network.
I see.
In terms of premium, comparing to fully covered traditional health insurance, what's the kind of difference?
I would say self-funded is about 80% of the what fully insured charged.
80% off?
Not off, but it's whatever. Let's say it was $1,000 on the fully insured, but about $800 on the self-funded.
20%.
Yeah.
Less.
Yeah, there's company like Blue Cross Blue Shield still do the fully insured, and Humana, Aetna still has the fully insured as well, but they towards more to the self-funded plans. For the small groups, you're usually talking about less than 100 people. And that way, they manage more claim funds. But it's over 100, they usually go with the ACA, which is the fully insured.
So 20% less in premium, but like deductible is a little bit higher than.
No, not really, because all these
Yeah.
other benefits, you can just pretty much select whatever you like to do.